BetterBox is a manufactured system that provides an engineered safety cover for slab penetrations in concrete buildings from the beginning of the construction cycle until the end of the construction cycle. It's adaptable to all kinds of different slab thicknesses and hole sizes. It provides a flush cover for holes. You don't end up with obstructions to wheeled vehicles, and you don't end up with trip and fall hazards. You see holes in floors in virtually every construction project. You need holes in floors for the utilities to transit from floor to floor, whether it's pipes, conduits, duct risers. They all have to come through a penetration. Those penetrations all present a hazard for the workers on the site. Typical use right now is a plywood box, which is built down below the deck and then brought up to the deck, set into place, and a plywood cover is put over it for the concrete cycle. If you're building boxes with plywood, you have to bring the plywood to the site, then you have to bring it to the workbench, saw it up into pieces, nail it together, brace it up. The plywood box takes 20 minutes to 30 minutes for a man to assemble. A plywood hole cover is always proud of the concrete floor. When you go to roll a wheeled cart across that, it won't roll over it easily. The covers are never well secured, and they can be displaced fairly easily, so a man can fall into a hole and be severely injured. One of the big issues with the plywood boxes is they have to be stripped out. So it has to be forcibly removed from the hole with a pry bar, and there's nails and there's all kinds of sharp edges. It's a serious safety hazard, which is completely eliminated by the BetterBox. The BetterBox is a significant improvement over plywood, one of which it comes flat packed in 8-foot lengths. It's bent into shape just by making a couple small snips and bends, and then 2 zip screws hold it together. The BetterBox lid goes on top of it. It's secured in place. It's a 3-minute operation. If a man got good at it, he could probably do it in a minute and a half. The BetterBox goes in as an assembled unit at the exact thickness of the slab. So when you're pouring concrete, you screed directly over the top of the BetterBox, and it stays completely flush with the concrete. When the concrete is finished, then you take the plastic sheet off of it, and you have the hole cover marked hole. It fulfills the code requirements for hole cover markings and high visibility cover. The sides of the box are metal, so they're not flammable. They won't support a flame. The cover of the box is fiberglass. It has a very high flame rating. It will not burn. It won't smoke. It won't off gas. It's an effective fire barrier. The load rating of the BetterBox allows for most man lifts that are used on a floor to be driven over it. If an electrician is working on a ceiling, he can be on a man lift, tied into the man lift, and driving from location to location safely. If you are using ladders, setting it on a level surface instead of having an unstable surface for it to be set on. Another item is you can maintain clear egress paths without having tripping hazards in those paths. You can go directly from one place to the other and not have to worry that you have a hole with a proud lid in the middle of your pathway. We can provide the BetterBox with gasketing so that water doesn't leak down through the building, which is a major problem in construction projects. We can also provide it with lanyards and hinges so that openings can be opened and closed and securely fastened off. Further, we have products that are applicable for both cast-in-place concrete slabs as well as slabs on metal decks. Okay, we've discussed the safety improvements that the BetterBox can bring to your site. If you'd like more information, please go to walksafeinnovations.com, check out our website, or give us a call and we'll come to you, or you can come visit one of our sites and see the BetterBox in action.